camera?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And we have a very elaborate setup here.
I see this.
We're very, very sophisticated in our conversations on a bench. For those who don't know, and probably 100% of the people that are watching know the world famous Pastor Jorge Molina from Mariners Church. Pastor Jorge is the lead pastor here at Mariners OC Rescue Mission, and he's also in charge. Let me get this right. You're on point for all of the Mariners hosted here.
That's right.
And so, if there's anyone who's more plugged into ministries that are tending to the homeless within the pastoral community, it's this man right here, and that includes a new venture of going up to Union Rescue Mission in Skid Row.
That's
too.
right.
So, Pastor Jorge has his hands full, and I have to say, he is a blessing to our community. Everybody knows he walks on site here, and everybody's yelling at Pastor Jorge, Pastor Jorge, and we can laugh about that, but that's because they know that you care about them.
I do.
So, welcome, Pastor Jorge.
I love it.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Very good, very good. So you're familiar with the concept?
I look at one camera, you ask me questions.
Yeah.
If you stomp me with a question, I can phone a friend.
No. I'm not.
Or I'm asking you questions.
No. Heaven forbid. No, I'm the interviewer. Let's be straight on this, okay?
All right.
I'm asking you questions.
I like it.
Yes. So let's go back a little bit. You came from Miami.
I did.
You came from Miami. You moved your family from Miami here to Mariners, and that was in 2018?
No, 2019.
2019.
Yep.
All right. You
Yep.
guys moved just in time for the pandemic.
6 months before.
Okay. Well, family of 4 kids, ranging at the time elementary to high school.
Yep. We had a sophomore, then we had a 5th grader, 4th grader, and a 2nd grader at that time.
Yeah. And you came out here. You and Pastor Eric go way back.
We do.
That was a thing. And when you came out here originally, you weren't on point for what you're doing now.
No.
Yeah,
I was helping. I was on point with local outreach. So everything that we did outside of the walls of the church.
Yeah.
That's what I was.
And that's been your beat.
That's been the focus.
But, God just wired you for that. So when did you figure that out? And then was that what you were doing in Miami?
Yeah. I think that's a good question. Where I think my dad was very instrumental in just helping me focus on the needs beyond myself, beyond our family, you know, and he was all about helping those that just were in need, you know.
Really?
And so, my dad was a big proponent in El Salvador. He started 2 schools specifically for those who couldn't afford private school.
He did?
Yep. And one of them currently has about 500, 600 students.
Right.
And then the other one, I think, has about 200 students.
All right. But your dad became a Christian later in his life.
Yep.
How old were you when he became a Christian?
I was 5,
Oh,
and
okay.
he was 50.
Okay. So, but for most of you don't probably remember prior to that.
Nope.
Okay.
No.
So you grew up with a dad who was always helping others then.
Yep.
Because of his faith.
Yep.
And you saw that modeled, and now you do that all the time. That's your thing.
It really is special. And what's interesting is, I think it all started with, actually what's interesting is my dad would host missionary teams coming from the States. We would constantly be hosting them in El Salvador. Yep.
Yeah.
And we would go out and serve the community with these teams.
Really?
And I was a translator.
And you would go with them?
Yeah, I was the translator.
And these teams from America would come out there going, "Oh, we're going to El Salvador.
Yeah.
It's very dangerous." And you're like, "This is my home."
Exactly. And what I loved is they would bring American chocolate was my favorite.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like what? Hershey bars?
Hershey, Snickers.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's not that great.
Oh no, they're the best.
Hershey's like moderate.
Mid.
As the kids would say, it's
can't.
mid.
No, you can't say that.
Okay.
You know, Jessica is from Pennsylvania, and she grew up 10 minutes away from Hershey. Okay. So you can't say that.
Okay. So they would come, and you guys would shepherd them around, and that's just how you grew up.
Yeah, and actually, it was really cool because, we would end up going, I remember going to villages that didn't have electricity and just begin to share the gospel. And I would translate with these missionaries. And I would get to see them really loving my countrymen. It was so cool.
Wow. So you came out here, you were doing local outreach.
Yep.
And at some point you got put on what at the time was called Mariners Hosted Here. It's still called that, but that came about because of the pandemic, really.
That's right. That's right.
And what was that?
It was basically like realizing, the pandemic took us away from this corporate worship, so we had to go smaller.
Yeah.
And then it also showcased the fact that we could go and bring the message to where it's not.
Yeah.
And so we began to just try to figure out, hey, where is the gospel needed? Where do we need to go? And also start hearing from the community and saying, would you come here?
Right. And so Would You Come Here turned into you guys going into assisted living places. You do Sunburst Military Academy. Yep. What are some other, besides this place, we're building up?
Yeah. Right. So we go to senior living facilities, where 60% of the folks that live there never get visited.
Oh, wow.
So you're talking about folks that feel abandoned, neglected. We go to Sunburst Youth Academy, which of course it's a military academy for at-risk youth.
Yeah.
We go to neuro-restorative places where families are dealing with family members that are hurting, and they're there long term. So we go there and bring the gospel, and it's not just for the patients that are there, but also for the family members that are there. And then also other shelters.
Yeah.
And
you're going to Yale.
Yep, we're going to Yale, Salvation Army.
Oh man.
And
I mean, you just stepped into all of these places. It's I should have mentioned that when Pastor Eric was here. I forgot about Salvation Army and Yale. So along the way, you stepped into here. First as Mariners Hosted Here, and now as Mariners OC Rescue Mission, where on Sundays there's 3 services open to the public, and a lot of our students attend.
Yep.
That what is it about? Why do you do this? Why do you do this, Jorge?
Why do we do this?
Why don't you just stay in the comfort of big, rich megachurch?
I love that question. So a good friend of mine, Mike Maxwell, made me read an awesome book. I'm forgetting the name of it, but
it was that good, huh?
It was that great.
Yeah.
It was great. But it was actually it was talking about Romans and how at this juncture in the church you have the Christians that were Gentiles and you have the Christians that were Jewish, and they were kind of like having a desire to separate the churches because there was too many differences. Yeah. Right. The Gentiles thought it was okay to do this, and the Jewish, and basically what Paul was saying or encouraging was saying, guys, we glorify God the most when we are unified.
Yeah.
And I think I was watching Eric's interview, and he says this all the time. It's like, this is where Christ would go to church. And I do believe that the reason we do this is that this is what the church should do. And we can't run away. We want to, I think what happens here on Sunday is very special. And it is the most diverse. It is the most, in my opinion, exciting, dynamic services that we can have in Orange County. I really honestly, I heard somebody tell me, it just feels so good to be a part of that.
Well, it does, but it's also, I believe it's a testament to your hospitality. That's your gift. I mean, you have many gifts, but one of your gifts is when someone comes to church, they're going to end up talking to you and getting a hug from you, and they're going to walk out of there and go, well, that guy actually showed an interest in me, and it was legit. It was genuine. It wasn't phony. It wasn't OC phony. And that's one of your many gifts.
Thank you. I don't have that many, but I do feel that making feel people they belong, right? And And to be honest with you, I have a kind of like a vision statement of my own, and I think because of something that I traveled a lot when I was a kid. I traveled around a lot,
Yeah.
and I never felt like I belonged in one place. And so I think that is I don't know what to say other than it's something that I lack in my own life experience. And
a
so
sense of belonging.
Yeah.
Because as a kid, you were bouncing.
I was bouncing around, and
Yeah.
so I feel like the Lord is using that experience to help me.
Because you can identify with that.
Correct.
Yeah. One of the resounding themes today is how many times the Lord has used the hurt or the things that have been done to others and redeemed that in a way that they can now serve others in His name.
That's right.
And that's a good example of that.
Mm-hmm.
As an aside, this is one of the craziest things. I tell this to people, and then they're not as amused by it. But I'm just going to share this because Jorge talks about bouncing around. In the '80s,
Yep.
when there was a civil war in El Salvador, his folks sent him over here to America to kind of wait it out with a relative, an aunt.
Yep.
And that, okay, first of all, Jorge and I were born 2 weeks apart from each other. I in Southern California, he in El Salvador. And the family sent him all the way across, or up to California. And he lived in the town that I lived in, Hacienda Heights, California. We were...
Or how I would say it is hacienda.
Hacienda.
Not
Hacienda
hacienda.
Heights.
All right.
We have determined that for a period of time, he and I were about a half a mile from each other.
Crazy.
During our childhood.
Yes.
And then...
We were 5-year-olds.
Yeah, five years old, and then we met much later in life. I would pay anything to just stumble upon little Jorge and little Brian running into each other somewhere.
In that park.
Yeah.
In that park. I can't remember that park.
At Quiss, right by Quiss.
Yes.
That's where you were. That's where you were rolling. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I was going to St. Matthew's United Methodist Church. It was right in that area. You don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't know that.
Yeah, it's
No,
okay.
I can't remember.
But that bouncing around led to you wanting to have this sort of hospitality.
It is. It was.
To people. What does it say in Hebrews 13? It says, "Do not neglect to show hospitality to strangers, for some thereby doing have entertained angels." Yeah,
That's right.
you live that out. You really do.
Thank you.
You really do. Real quick, what's so having this church here at that meets on site at the Village of Hope on Sundays, Union Rescue Mission up the road in LA. I mean, up the road in LA, not just like about an hour away.
Yeah, it's 40. I think it's 41 miles. So,
So for those of you not in California, that's 3 hours. No, it's not that bad. But what's that about? What are you doing?
It really comes down to, and I really feel that we would have never said yes to the invitation, because they actually invited us to come and be a part of this. But I don't think we would have ever said yes, or I would have personally felt like we could do this if it wasn't for the experience and what has happened here. I let me go back to what's happened here in my life. I used to think that I was kind. I used to think I understood love, or I used to think that I was humble enough. Man, my experience here has shown me how lacking I am in love, how lacking I am in humility and kindness. It's so beautiful to be around folks who just compel me to understand more of the type of love that God gives us. Wow. Unconditional love. But going back to the question that you asked is why Union, is because they invited us. Mm-hmm. And because I understand, and you heard Eric say, we need this as a church, is to understand that we're not just called to a specific area. It's understanding we're also called to those. It's almost like a Macedonian call when they're inviting you and saying, come. And it felt really weird that they would ask a church
all the way down here.
All the way down here.
Yeah.
But when we looked into it, they just said, no, we have plenty of churches that come, but none that want to commit and be a part of this.
Yeah.
And consistently. And that has been something that we felt like, okay, God, we've done this. We've seen what's happened, not just for the individuals that are here, but also for us as a church. How it's matured us, you know. And so it's been very, very beautiful to see what God's going to do.
Well, I think that's been a theme too, is that when, and I think I asked Eric about this, but I think I've asked all the pastors about this, is that a lot of times churches will go into something and they're going to bless this population, and then in that endeavor, blessings come back in ways that they didn't anticipate. And is it fair to say that you've experienced that?
Man, that's been here. Like man. It's like going on a faith adventure or a mission trip, right? You think I am bringing this to you. Let me, And man, God has such a powerful way of reminding us in that moment of, man, no, they are richer than us. You know. And they have so much to give us.
Oh, amen. I mean, that's why serving is such an adventure for. And why I encourage everybody to serve within your church or serve here at the Rescue Mission. Because really, you will be blessed by the experience. Go into it because you want to help people, and that's great. But it will be. I can attest to that. I went out because my friend Roy, who I really hope is watching this, asked me to go serve chili with him years ago, before we even had the chili van here, and I said, okay. I mean, I've never been around a homeless encampment. And that night I had some of the craziest but most interesting and really enriching conversations that I had. And at any rate, I was blessed by that. And it led to me wanting to do more like this.
You wouldn't be here.
You know? Okay, I have to take a few questions from the people, but I want you to help.
Okay.
Because I'm fading. I'm kidding. I'm not. I am so awake right now. It's not even.
You only have about 12 more hours. 14 more hours.
Yeah. Okay. Question from Carlos in Whittier. I'm a small business owner and I want to help individuals experiencing homelessness transition into employment by offering skill development or job opportunities. How can I support your mission? Well, that's a great question. And earlier on, we had John Patterson, who has employed a lot of our people, and this might have even been inspired by that. But I would say reach out to us and let's talk. Let's find out about your business and find out how you might give some of the people in our program a shot. The fact that you are willing to take a chance on people who have come around from this program is awesome, and we want to honor that. Not knowing enough about your business, hard for me to say, but believe me, some of the best ideas and the best ministries have come out of simple questions like that. Like, how am I gonna help? So I think that's good. They're holding up a sign that we need to go to the next guest. All right. Oh, you want to stick around?
That was so quick.
Well, what do you want me to do, dude?
I don't know.
You want to do Ed McMahon style? You want to sit? You want to sit on the other bench?
Can we have him come and sit right here?
No. I'm gonna welcome up our next guest. But if you want to stick around because you
quick.
All right. No. I don't want you to go.
Okay. I'll stay here.
All right.
For another.
We're gonna move the
5 minutes.
bench over.
Oh.
All right. This is what we're gonna do.
Okay.